What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So we are here for an official book tour, bookshelf tour. Just bought this new bookshelf. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about it. I did not build it myself. I brought it home in the box and realized, there was tons of screws and little bolts and stuff. So I just didn't really have time to mess with it. Probably should have just for the experience. But knowing me, I would have gotten extremely frustrated and just decided not to build it. So I brought it back to the store. My brother Charles helped me with the moving process and all that stuff. Still kind of working on the background here, but this is going to look super cool in the videos to have a really nice, awesome bookshelf. The other one was like really short, so this one's going to be really great, just so you guys can kind of see all the books behind me. I do have a bunch of other videos planned. Just been kind of busy working on school projects and working and stuff. Sorry about that little ugly spot on the wall there. So yeah, let me just give you guys a little rundown. This is a cherry colored bookshelf. I think it's made of some real wood and some synthetic. So we'll just kind of start at the top, and it does have some space at the top, which is really cool. I may decide to take those down, but I actually really like how it looks up here. And I've decided to follow suit with decorations on every shelf on the right hand side, except for the bottom two don't have any decorations. But I really like, the space. There's a tremendous amount of space. You can adjust the shelves. So let's just start at the top. We got my Marcel Proust collection that I told you guys about a couple months ago. Got this really cool prefaces to Shakespeare. And I probably will be touching on this because I'm reading Hamlet for the second time now. And this is like, kind of a early 1900s analysis of Hamlet and King Lear. Volume 1 by Granville Barker. He's got a couple others. Up here we have, Cicero, Francis Bacon. They go in the series. Also with the Marcus Aurelius goes in this series as well. We have this little section of tiny paperbacks that I will be doing a little book haul of at some point. And then we just got some perfume and a little candle or a little crystal there. Second shelf, we start with the Oxford Classics. I really love how these look together. Can't wait to read the Leo Tolstoy Oxford Classic. Really love Anna Karenina. Really love that cover there. I got Giorgio Vasari. I'm not going to show you guys every book. I did get a couple new ones here that I can't wait to show you guys. This one, as well as this, a couple others. Then we make our way to the Penguin Classics. I really like how these look all together. We got a couple of the old school ones here. Picked up a copy of Dostoevsky Notes from the Underground. Hopefully we'll be getting into that soon. Got 2 copies of On the Road, actually. Super cool. Just kind of collecting those there. I'll talk a little bit about the shelving in a minute here. Then we just have some more classics here. And I did just finish War and Peace, guys. So War and Peace is done up on the bookshelf. I do plan to do a rereading. I got a little Dostoevsky here. This kind of breaks the rule because that's a Borders classic. Obviously not a Penguin, but is what it is. Next shelf down, and then up there we have a candle. I forgot to show you guys. Next shelf down, we have the beautiful Barnes & Noble's Classics with a little synthetic artist skull here. Not going to talk too much about the books. The only new one I have in here is the Purgatory, which is the 3rd installment, or maybe the 2nd of Dante Alighieri's, Inferno, or whatever it's called, something like that. We'll talk more about that later. So I really love how these look all together. They're just so colorful and just amazing. Really encourage you guys to get your hands on those. And then we have some really beautiful hardcover Barnes & Noble's Classics as well. Right here. Can't wait to get our eyes and ears in that. So next shelf down, we have our Thomas Wolfe collection with a bunch of really nice hardcovers. And I did find out, guys, that this is a first edition Dolores Claiborne. So this is super cool. Can't wait to get into that. Got a little Hemingway at the end here. Ideally, I would put everything together. So we still might do that by author. But if something is in like a collection, like Henry James, for example, they just look so nice together. So occasionally I will probably break them up. But anyway, we got our beautiful hardcover Thomas Wolfe edition here, some soft covers. The Hills Beyond. I'm working through The Web in the Rock currently, so we'll check up on that later. And then we drift, to some random stuff. Thomas Hardy got this beautiful hardcover. I might actually switch these two at a later time. Anyway, then we have our little mini Hemingway section. I did pick up Garden of Eden. That's a really awesome Hemingway book, published posthumously after he died. Got a little William Faulkner in there. Then we have our little James Baldwin section. Then we got some Anne Bronte there. Sounds like my dad's having some trouble in the kitchen. Then we got our little, classical sculpture there. Then we make our way down to more classics, plays, historical romance, stuff like that. Did get a couple new books down here I'll tell you guys more about in the next book haul. I'm going to do like an official book haul to kind of discuss all these. Found this beautiful hardcover edition of Homer. It looks like it's kind of in the same series as that, but it's probably not. We have another little mini copy of Marcel Proust, Swan's Way down here. I got our little Shakespeare collection, Romeo and Juliet actually. I think I do have some other Shakespeare somewhere else in this shelf. But anyway, then we make our way down to the history and biography section. And I did break the rule a little bit on the bottom shelf with Bukowski. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But this is, it kind of starts out with some really nice hardcovers here. And then it kind of drifts into history, but obviously we got some biographies in there as well. So my biography, and then we kind of broke the rule here with Norman Mailer, Executioner Song. That's a big novel that I have to read. We got Creeper, Steven Tyler's biography here. Might move that to like a rock memoir section with Joey Kramer and maybe Randy Blythe or something. But for now, this is really nice. Then we have our little Native American section here. We got some Stephen King right here. We got this really awesome book. Talk more about that later. Native Voices on Addiction and Recovery. I'm excited to read that. Beautiful Hemingway biography copy there. And then the history / philosophy / esoteric section kind of continues down here, but I kind of broke the rule with just the odd. There's like a fantasy novel here that I started and I just haven't had the chance to finish yet. Got a little bit of Robert Greene in there. I do want to get the rest of my Robert Greene in here. Some of them are kind of my brothers too, so I might just get some new copies. Then we got, our alternative scholarship, Species with Amnesia, Robert Seffer. Esoteric Hollywood. Then we got some more Native American stuff, books about the plague. We got Henry David Thoreau, which could really be in the literature section, but it's kind of like philosophy too. So it kind of works in this section as well. Then we got our Friedrich Nietzsche there, Origin of Species. And then we have here a little true crime section I've kind of been curating. It's a little wonky, just the way that it looks. Then we got some Dave McGowan type stuff in here. Got Israel Keyes, American Predator, some more vintage crime. And then we have Bukowski down here. And really, the Bukowski should really be up in the literature section, but his books tend to be really tall, as you can see. And I'll talk about the shelving here too, guys. The only thing I do not like about this bookshelf is look how deep those shelves are. So I might decide to, I don't know, I haven't really tried to put them all the way back. That doesn't really look bad. So I actually might try that, but it's just they're so far in there and you can't really see them, especially on camera. So for now, these are going to be pulled up just like that. And put the rest of our Bukowski back in here. So that's the only thing I don't like is how deep the shelves are. I kind of just picked it out on a whim and didn't really pay attention to that. But the books seem to stay right up on the edge where they're supposed to. These are a little far back, so let's try to pull these up a little bit. So, as long as you're not rocking the bookshelf back and forth or anything, but it's just kind of the idea of all that empty space back there that I don't like. But it's really quite okay. I mean, it makes for really excellent storage. If I had something really personal or valuable, I could hide it behind there and probably most people would not even know that it's there. So I'm really in love with this bookshelf and it pretty much accommodated my entire book collection that we've been curating over the past 6 months. Do another little wide shot here. I might actually turn my camera just briefly. Hopefully that doesn't mess the video up. But look at that beautiful bookshelf. That's enough books to keep your mind and your soul and your spirit fulfilled for many years to come. So I encourage you guys to get a real nice bookshelf like this. Obviously, it doesn't take up that much room. You know, it's right here in the corner of my room, and it's practical, and it works for me. And then we'll kind of drift over here, and I'll show you guys, you know, we'll talk a little bit about the spillover. I'm just going to turn my light, if I may. So this is kind of currently my little Titanic display. I kind of like how that looks. We got some sage. Thanks, Jasmine, for the sage. It smells great. So yeah, I kind of just like the little Titanic collection here. And then we have a little awesome Rapunzel children's book there. And these are kind of spillover / current reads on the top. We're still working through Herodotus, Marcus Aurelius, Shakespeare. We're on King Lear right now. I haven't really read much poetry of Tennyson lately, but we'll get back into that. Then we're reading another copy of Hamlet. I kind of wanted to just mix it up. This has some, like, you know, postmodern Marxist and feminist criticism in the back, which I might read just to kind of get a different perspective. I definitely do not agree with postmodernism at all, but I'll show you guys a little bit of the web and the rock that we're getting through, making tons of annotations here. We're about that much through, 250 pages, maybe 243. As you guys can see, making tons of annotations in this. This is probably one of my favorite Wolfe novels, I've got to say. Definitely one of his best, published posthumously. I feel like a lot of the books that I read by my authors are posted after they die. Not sure why that is. Then we're reading a little memoir there, and Edward II. And then we have just kind of this, these are like my art books. Really, really big art books. Let me get this beer out of the way. Then we got some paintings down there at the bottom. But yeah, maybe we'll do, if you guys want to see like, you know, an extensive detailed tour of all these beautiful art books, let me know. These are like, you know, really expensive collector's edition, you know, coffee table art books. Some of them are like $50 to $100. We got Andrew Loomis there, how to draw the head and hands. You know, some other stuff, great stuff. Jose Gonzalez, beautiful stuff in here. A little bit of everything. One of my most prized possessions is actually this erotic, plus size, sort of, you know, femdom, Japanese artist. He called Garden of Domina by Haruwako Namio. I'll just give you guys maybe a little preview of what to expect in the book. So look at that, pretty awesome stuff. Not going to go through the book because it is pretty risque. Maybe I could find one that's not too bad, but yeah, I don't want to get banned on YouTube. I definitely encourage you guys to check out Harukawa Namio. Man, I'm a little rusty tonight. But these are sort of, you know, the space is not completely utilized to my preference. These books are so tall, you can't stack them, you know, sideways. Well, technically they are sideways. You can't stack them up and down. So you have to stack them sideways. Unless I decide to get a bigger bookshelf, I could actually adjust maybe the bottom two shelves and really get those art books in there. So let me know if you guys think that's a good idea, or do you guys think I should just keep this for regular size books and literature, biographies, stuff like that. This really puts into perspective my book collection and definitely encourages me to slow down a little bit. But if I do decide to buy more books, we still got plenty of space. I could still utilize quite a bit of that space up there. So I just really like having this little spillover section for current reads. It structures, you know, these are main priority books, short-term books, and these are kind of just, you know, occasional bedside books. Well, the Shakespeare is a priority. So we'll probably get back into this Shakespeare volume after we finish this version of Hamlet. I just kind of like the soft paperback. It's, you know, it's got some really nice information down at the bottom, really big, you know, print, really smooth print, stuff like that. So I'm still trying to master Hamlet. Second time we're reading it. It's very, very cryptic, very complex. And that's pretty much it. You know, we're kind of rearranging some other things. I cleared out some space over there. But this is kind of where we're at. Another little shot of the bookshelf here. Let me turn the light around. And that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at Andrew Marlowe Artist Official. Send me an email at andrewmarlowe22@gmail.com. Like this video and please share it with all your book-loving friends. And let me know in the comments what you all have been reading lately and any book recommendations that you may offer. Thank you.